Hi Leo, welcome to your October 2017 love reading. It's Raina here. Well, I've been starting over videos left and right, so why not you? So this is why the cards are already laid out. I'm just going to get right into it since I've already laid out the cards. And the heart of the matter is the Lover's card. Now, yeah, it could be that you have fallen in love. Yeah, we could say that. But this card is also representing a choice for some people. It can be leaving a relationship that has not made you happy. And, you know, there may be another party involved, but there still is a choice. Leo people, being a fixed sign, you tend to be very loyal. But some of that can also be simply because you don't like to change things. And so you'd rather stick with the known quantity, even if you're not blissfully happy with that person. The issue that may have come up that has led to this decision or choice, and by the way, the Lover's card can also connect with Gemini, is the Six of Pentacles is about getting what you're worth. Feeling like there's fairness in the relationship. Somebody may have taken you for granted. And even though these are pentacles and we think of practical issues like money and other assets and the career sector, this can be about your self-worth, the value of how you perceive yourself. Leos tend to be very generous financially as well as emotionally, but speaking of it on a financial level, and someone may have taken advantage of that and they didn't respect you as a person either. So you may finally have had that realization, maybe at the time of the eclipse in Aquarius, the lunar eclipse that was your 7th house of partnership. That may have illuminated certain things for you, and you had one of those aha moments that kind of tied everything together, where you could see how this person had been doing these kind of things for a long time. And it's like you may have been in denial, and it's possible that there was some irrefutable evidence of, you know, cheating or other types of disrespect, where you finally said enough is enough. And I really believe that even though people who are fixed signs tend to drag their feet when it comes to changing their lives sometimes, I also feel like when they've made a decision, they follow through and they don't waver. When they really are done with something, they're done. I don't know if that's true for you. So what's coming in right now is the World card, which represents endings. But whenever there's an ending, there's a beginning, obviously. The World card is the last card of the major arcana, and they also call it graduation day. I don't know if those are, if she's holding like scrolls for her diploma. But it's basically, you know, the idea that I would say that life is a classroom, and we have different lessons, and some relationships last a season, some last a lifetime, but some last a season. And if that is true for you, you bless it and you move on and you appreciate what that person has given you. And even if you've been given a lot of grief by that person, you appreciate that because you appreciate the contrast between that and what's coming in for you in the near future, which is peace of mind. The higher message is the Justice card, which obviously connects to the legal profession in a literal sense. But this is the spiritual message. So it may be saying that justice will be served. Don't worry about it. If you're concerned about something, a legal matter that connects to a relationship, it's in the upright position, so it may be saying, have no fear, you're going to be victorious in this situation. but also in terms of just the spiritual the spiritual version of this situation is that you are someone who deserves to be treated with fairness. That Six of Pentacles, if you look at it, there's also the scales. And seeking balance in relationships requires that you are vigilant about the dynamics within your relationship. Sometimes people can be oblivious to certain glaringly obvious things that are not good in their particular situation. And you're no exception to that. And I'm not saying that you should be suspicious of other people's motives, but simply aware. And that's what, the spiritual life is all about in general, is cultivating a sense of awareness so that you're not living on automatic pilot. You're not a zombie. You're like fully aware of everything around you. Sometimes people say that those who meditate are zombies because they are spaced out or something like that. And really the best type of meditators or spiritual people are the people that it enhances their perception everywhere they go. And so there is no such thing as being taken advantage of, because you are always looking at your life in a very conscious kind of way and deliberately choosing to go this way or that way. You may be the kind of person who in your career life is very assertive and dynamic, and yet your love life is a hot mess sometimes. I mean, when I say that, it's just that some of you may have patterns of not having a good relationship, and it's like eventually you get to that point where you have had enough, but by then a lot of damage may have been done, and you may, your life may feel chaotic, your personal life. So that's why it's so important to be vigilant. I mean, I don't like the word vigilant. Be aware of what is happening. Now, what crosses you is the Hierophant, and this is a card of tradition, marriage. So if there is a marriage situation that you're deliberating not continuing with, this card may be suggesting that you are hesitating from ending a marriage because of the traditions that have been a part of your life. And you have to realize that that may have been put on you. That may not be ultimately what you are, what you believe in now. So you have to kind of separate dogma from ethics. And I feel like it's very ethical to love oneself and to choose things that benefit the self. Because, following your bliss, cultivating joy, will automatically bring that to the people around you. If you're miserable, how can you really make other people's lives happy? It doesn't compute. And if you have been indoctrinated in a religion that says it's a sin to get divorced, whatever, something along those lines, the question remains, well, if the relationship is not a healthy one, what does it serve me to be in this relationship? If there are children involved, obviously you do have to think about your children, but there can be things that are done that lessen the impact on them as well. This is also a card of Taurus. So if this was the person that you're involved with, they may be making problems for you. This may be your soon-to-be ex. And this person, it's just kind of showing that they are not good for you. They go against what you stand for in one way or the other. What is coming in is the Page of Pentacles. This could be a message. I was thinking when I was putting out these cards about the Mercury retrograde, because I'm recording this in September, and Mercury did go down into your sign at a late degree, actually the exact degree of that solar eclipse, which makes it, seems to me to be very important in some way. So maybe something was delayed that was supposed to come in regarding some kind of a thing, and maybe it has to do with a legal case, things that you need to sign. The Page of Pentacles could be news about a career, news from an earth sign, so perhaps a Taurus person. But that, I think it's going to be news that sets you on this path, because we have these two aces, two beginnings that I pulled out at the same time. It doesn't happen very often, but I wanted to include both of them. Ace of Swords, seeing life as it really is, seeing the truth of a situation, and victory. So if you're in any kind of legal situation, possible victory coming. I even saw this interpretation coming from evil circumstances. So we don't have to say the word evil, but coming from a difficult circumstance, you emerge victorious. And then, but it's also seeing the light. And then we have the Ace of Wands, new beginnings that are exciting, that feel very energizing to you. New beginnings with a fire sign. You're a fire sign, so Leos or Aries or Sagittarians. Maybe just showing the new direction you're going in your life. But whatever's happening, it could be new career, and this could be like career, a word about career matters. And if that's the case, it's only to say that you're starting something new, and you're letting go of the old. And that you're excited with what's going on. You're determining your future. You're not living in the past. And that is always good too, especially if you're closing a chapter like the World card suggests. And the World card too, by the way, could indicate foreign travel. So that may connect with some of these other cards. So, Leo, I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have an awesome October. Bye.